Dark Shadows number 46, BTR 81566, air 82966, take 2.
My name is Victoria Winters. The surf pounds at the foot of Widow's Hill like the erratic beat of a frightened heart. A beat that is magnified in the minds of those who can find no relief from mounting tension.
Hello?
Is that you, Roger?
Who is this?
I'll expect you at your office at 11 tonight, Roger.
I don't know what you're talking about. Who is this?
It's your old friend, Burke Devlin. You will be there, won't you?
What is this, Burke? Your idea of a joke?
Joke! Listen, Roger, your own plant manager told me he was setting this meeting up. 11 o'clock tonight. And I just want to make sure that he and I won't be the only ones there.
My office? Bill Malloy told you to come to my office?
He told me a few things that have been bothering me might be settled. Well, they won't be settled without you, so get there, Roger.
But he has no right to tell you that. Hello? Hello? Burke? Burke? Hello, I'd like to speak to Mr. Malloy. Do you know where he is? Well, do you at least know when he'll be back? Now, look, Mrs. Johnson, you're his housekeeper. Don't you think you ought to know where... Oh, never mind. What do you want?
I think I left a drawing in here.
Oh, it's on the table.
Oh, thank you. I think David would kill me if I lost this.
My son might kill you even if you didn't.
It's very good. Have you seen it?
Yes, I saw it.
He's got a real potential in drawing.
Miss Winters, I'm in no mood to discuss David's talents, great or small.
I think this is important. We all know how destructive he's been.
Yes, we know.
But this is creative and something he likes to do.
I see. I do intend to nurture this sudden urge of creativity.
I think it's a way of reaching him and showing him the world isn't completely hostile.
What makes you think it isn't?
Well,
Have you ever thought that David's view might be the correct one?
you don't think that.
Oh, don't I, though? I was once 9 years old, as David is. But unlike him, Miss Winters, I was filled with joy and the spirit of living, with love and the promise of a good, full life ahead. Well, maybe it's far better to be 9 years old and know how ugly life can be.
Well, that isn't so.
Maybe it's better to know that you live in a world where hands are reaching out, waiting to tear you to shreds.
Everyone...
And they do. Oh, they do. eagerly, anxiously.
Everyone doesn't have to think that way.
Pollyanna. Miss Pollyanna in a world of pain. Well, enjoy it while you can. But take my advice, don't spend much time trying to destroy David's instinctive grasp of the truth. Let me see the drawing.
I took it from David's room without his permission, so you can see how frantic I was when I found it missing.
Collinwood with all its dark shadows. He's captured it, all right.
That's what I thought. Oh, I know it's rough and childish, but it shows a definite talent. I even thought how much fun it would be if he could meet a real artist. You know, if David could take drawing seriously, well, it might make a difference in him.
Indulge your fantasies, Miss Winters. They'll disappear soon enough.
Oh, but I have a plan. You see, I've been invited to have dinner with an artist in the next week or so.
How exciting for you.
Well, it happened quite by chance. I was in a Collinwood restaurant, and Maggie Evans, who works there, invited me to have dinner with her and her father.
Sam Evans? You're going to have dinner with Sam Evans?
If that's his name, I've never met him, but Maggie says he's a wonderful artist.
Are you sure you haven't met him?
If I have, I'm not aware of it. Why?
And that's the artist you're planning on having my son meet?
Yes. Is there any reason why I shouldn't?
Miss Winters, perhaps there are a few things that I should tell you about Sam Evans.
Go away.
Open up, Sam. I know you're in there.
Go away, I'm busy.
Sam, if you don't open this door, so help me, I'll break it down.
Bill, I think you and I have said everything we have to say to each other. Right now, I'm trying to do some work.
Forget the work, Sam.
That's what I've done for too many years. Now I'm trying to catch up on as much as I can, and maybe I don't have much time for it.
You'll have time, Sam. After 11 o'clock tonight, you'll have all the time you want.
What's so special about 11 o'clock?
A meeting, and I want you to be there.
I don't like meetings. I never have.
You'll be at this one, Sam, in Roger Collins' office.
Mind telling me what's on the agenda for this meeting?
Not at all. You, Roger, Burke Devlin.
I see. Who else will be there?
Me, Burke, Roger Collins when I get to him. Sam, we're going to clear this whole mess up once and for all.
Bill, I told you I was right in the middle of doing a pile of work. Now, about 11 o'clock, I'm going to be right in the middle of
You're
doing...
coming, Sam! You're coming. I'll make up your mind to that.
Bill, you know, you've got a one-track mind. You keep saying the same thing over and over. I'd better be there. I'd better be there. Did you ever learn to take no for an answer?
Not this time.
Well, that's what your answer is. No, no, no!
What are you scared of,
Bill?
Sam?
Bill, you'd better get out of here.
Sam,
I got
a
some work
man
to
was
do.
sent to prison 10 years ago for a crime I don't think he committed. Now, that man is going to be in Roger's office at 11 o'clock tonight.
None of my affair.
Well, you tell him that. Tell it to Burke. To his face, Sam. Tell it to him while Roger Collins is standing there listening.
Bill, I think you better get out of here.
You tell him that after I let him know what you said to me. I'm the only thing standing between Roger Collins and a prison sentence.
You told that to Burke? You told him that that's what I said?
He'll hear it tonight, Sam.
What are you trying to do? You want to destroy me?
Yes. If that's what you deserve.
I'm not going to let it happen, Bill. I'm warning you. I'm not going to let you tear the one shred of life I have away from me.
There's nothing you can do to stop me, Sam. Not now.
But what about my daughter? What about Maggie? Think what it'll do to her.
Don't cry on my shoulder, Sam. You had 10 years to think of that.
But it's now, now. What can I do now?
Roger Collins' office. 11 o'clock sharp, and you be there.
Bill?
There are some things a man has to work out for himself.
All right. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll do just that.
Not that I know Evans well. He has a reputation in town. I think you ought to be aware of it.
All right, he drinks too much. What else?
But I don't think you understand. When Evans drinks, he gets ugly. Well, how shall I say? He's not the most pleasant person to be around.
Then I'll have to take my chances.
Don't you see, I'm trying to help you. If you're anxious to meet an artist, why must it be Sam Evans? There are 3 or 4 others in the vicinity.
None of whose daughters have invited me to dinner.
Oh, well, I think something could be arranged.
But that's silly. I mean, I'm still a stranger here, and finally someone's been friendly enough to ask me to her house. Why should I turn her down and then go looking for someone else?
Because I prefer it. As long as you're a member of our household, any associations you make reflect on us.
Then I won't tell anyone where I'm from.
Miss Winters, don't be rude.
If I was rude, I'm sorry. But I do think it's a little ridiculous. I mean it. All this fuss over a simple dinner invitation. Unless there's some other reason that you don't want me to meet Sam Evans.
Of course not.
I really don't see how my having dinner with the Evanses can possibly reflect upon your family.
This town thrives on gossip.
You mean he's got secrets to tell?
I've asked her not to go to his home. Let's end it there, shall we?
All right.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I have some phone calls to make. I don't want to be disturbed.
Are you sure there isn't some other reason why you don't want me to go there?
Absolutely not. Please excuse me.
Yes. Mr. Malloy.
I want to see Roger Collins. Miss Winters.
Mr. Collins said he didn't want to be disturbed.
Now, please tell him I'm here and want to see him.
He's got some calls to make.
If you don't knock on that door, I will.
Mr. Malloy, do you know a man called Sam Evans?
What about him?
Well, I was just wondering what kind of a man he was.
I think I might learn the answer to that one tonight. Why do you ask?
Well, I suppose it's silly, but...
Hello, Roger.
I've been trying to reach you, Malloy.
Well, I'm here with a special invitation just for you.
Yes, I know about your invitations. Now get inside.
I think that might be a good idea.
I want to know who you think you are, arranging meetings between yourself and Devlin.
So you know about it, do you?
You bet I do. Burke called me, wanted to be sure I'd be here.
And you will. 11 o'clock tonight, your office.
Who the devil do you think you are? What gives you the right to walk in here and order me about?
Calm down, Roger. Just calm down.
I'm going to get you fired, so help me.
Maybe. But before that happens, Roger, you, me, Burke, and Sam Evans are going to have this out.
Sam Evans? Is he coming there, too?
Yes.
I believe you've lost your mind. I really believe you've lost your mind.
Like you did 10 years ago when you let Burke be convicted of manslaughter?
He was guilty and you know it.
Sure he was. That's what you told the jury from the witness stand. But you know, and I know, and Sam Evans knows it wasn't true.
Evans is an idiot and knows nothing.
Roger, I'm through arguing with you. I came to tell you to be in your office tonight.
But it's ridiculous to ask Evans.
Come
to
off
He
it,
doesn't know
Roger.
a thing.
It's the end of the road, and you know it.
What are you trying to do to me? Are you trying to destroy me?
Destroy me. That's what Sam said. The same words.
But it was 10 years ago. It's over now.
Not for Burke, it isn't.
All right. So he went to prison, but he's out. And he's a rich man. And he hasn't lost anything by it. Bill, if you have any feeling for me or for my family...
Don't you throw that at me, Roger. I'm warning you. You think it's easy for me to do this? Well, let me tell you something. I went through hell before I made this decision. Hell, Roger. And now it's made. We're going to have this meeting.
But what good will it do?
It'll clear up a crime, that's what it'll do. It'll keep Burke from eating away at the rest of your family.
And I'm to be the sacrifice, is that it?
It's you or the family, Roger. That's where I had to choose. Well, I'm not about to sit around and let Burke make your sister pay for something you did to him.
Evans will never show up.
Yes, he will. I promise you that.
He has nothing to say.
Yes, he does. I promise you that, too.
My sister will never forgive you.
Maybe not. Look, Roger, it still doesn't have to be this way. Call the police. Tell them the truth. And then we won't have to have the meeting.
And that's how you keep your hands clean, is that it?
All right. It's about 10 o'clock. I'm going straight home. You'll leave here about 10 to 11 to be at your office on time. So that gives you about 50 minutes.
For what?
50 minutes, Roger, to decide whether or not you're going to call the police. Now, if you do, phone me at home and let me know, and I'll cancel the meeting. But if you don't, you better show up at your office at 11 o'clock.
Be sure you're there. I'll meet you. Yes, I'm sorry, I can't talk anymore. You seem to be making a habit of walking in on telephone conversations.
I'm sorry, but I have to talk to you about something.
I really haven't time to discuss anything more with you.
It's about Mr. Evans.
Evans?
Yes. Do you remember the day after I came here, I said I met a strange man on the edge of the cliff? He seemed very anxious to get in touch with you. He said his name was Sam and that he was looking for you.
Yes, I remember. What about it?
Well, he seemed very frightening and strange. Was that man Sam Evans?
Well, I can't see what difference it makes whether he was or not.
Because you said you hardly knew him.
But what if I did?
Well, you also seemed very anxious that I shouldn't meet him again.
Because I was trying to keep you from being involved with a drunken fool who might...
Who might what? Tell me something about myself?
Miss Winters, I've no idea what you're talking about.
My past. Me, who I am. Where I came from before I was left in that foundling home. Is that what you're afraid of, that Mr. Evans can tell me these things? It's not supposed to be funny.
Oh, but it is. You don't really know quite how funny you are.
Suppose you just answer my question.
Miss Winters, I haven't got time for any more of this nonsense. I have a very important meeting
I
in just
just
a
want
few
to
minutes.
know if Mr. Evans knows something about my past or not.
As far as I'm concerned, Sam Evans's knowledge is as deep as the bottom of a bottle. Now, why don't you go upstairs and leave me alone?
I intend to talk to him, Mr. Collins. I just want you to know that.
Her past.
Welcome to the club, Sam.
Who is it?
Glad to see you could make it on time. Have a chair.
I'd rather stand.
The rest of the group will be here pretty soon. Why are you so nervous, Sam?
It's nothing. I'm just a little restless.
Well, if you'd only sit down.
I-
Well, Mr. Collins, this is a surprise. I had no idea you would show up.
Where's Malloy? Hasn't he gotten here yet?
Burke was here when I arrived.
But don't be impatient, Roger. Yes. It's only 2 minutes after 11. He'll be here soon. After all, I've been waiting here 10 years for this. I can certainly wait a few more minutes.
Dark Shadows is a Dan Curtis production.